Hey you. Yeah, you. Love the show and want more content? Want to be part of some of our hilarious adventures? Ever wish you could be part of the squad and team up with us in our fight to save the galaxy? Well, now you can. Head over to multiplayersquad.com and check out some of the awesome benefits we offer to our official squad mates. We offer a ton of extra ways you can interact with us and the show. We certainly aren't above bribery to earn your support, but we think you'll love all the extras that come with supporting this independent podcast. Thank you for listening and supporting the show. Now on to what's sure to be our greatest episode ever.
Welcome to the Multiplayer Gaming Podcast, the only video game podcast with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Here on the Multiplayer Podcast, we love bringing you great content twice a week, switch around with different show formats. Today, you're listening to This Week in Gaming. We have a great episode for you today, and let me start by introducing my co-hosts, Paul.
Hey, Todd.
And Josh.
I'd like my money back, please.
No.
What?
It's for the listeners.
Oh. All right.
Hosts are excluded
yeah.
from the guarantee.
Man, I got gypped again.
Call Visa, cancel it.
Disputing these
Dispute
charges.
the charges. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, jeez. All right, guys. I have a serious question. It's going to be raw. It comes from the heart. Why don't you guys want to play Overwatch anymore?
Ooh.
Todd, you and I played Overwatch not long ago.
Wait,
I
what?
love Overwatch.
Where was I?
I think it was me, Todd, and our brother-in-law Jason, right? Didn't we just play about a week ago?
It was a brother-in-law segment.
Yeah.
I'm
brothers-in-law only.
I'm hurt.
Brothers.
It's because you guys didn't want me running off and getting killed by myself. I get it.
I mean, honestly, Paul, you're right. We played a week or so ago, and I had a ton of fun, and that's why I'm bringing it up, because I feel like everyone has this game. It plays up to 6 people. Like, it's a fun game, but yet we don't play it.
Well, it's number 1 on our leaderboard for a reason. It is a great game, and it was a lot of fun playing, but you guys wanted us all to run a podcast where we have to play new games all the time.
Oh, man.
We don't have time to play Overwatch. We can cover Overwatch a second time for the show, and then that'll give us some time to play it. So maybe like every 50 episodes, we'll cover Overwatch again.
I don't think that's fair. Dang. Because we've come back to the cycle a lot. Like, we play a lot of the cycle. Not by your choice. And let's address this. We still play a lot of the cycle, even though not all of us might enjoy it equally this long.
I'm kind of done with the cycle right now. So I'd totally be good for diving back into O-dubs. I'll tell you why I quit playing. Number 1, massive amount of playtime. So it's just one of those things where it kind of burned out. Number 2, when you stop playing that game for a while, you get rusty, but the game does not forget your MMR. And so when you go to hop back in after not playing for like 2 months, you get wrecked because the game goes, oh, well, you're like a mid-plat level player.
Yeah.
And then I go, well, I should be like low gold because I haven't played in so long. And then they go, no, have fun with the mid-plat people. And then it gets frustrating at that point.
Well, I believe Todd and I each have two accounts in Overwatch.
Yeah.
So you always use the one as the backup with the high MMR.
Your nerf
and then the
account.
other one, yes. Yeah.
Which, in my situation, my nerf account is my main account.
It got placed higher.
And then, so the story with this is I created a second account, and then I started playing.
Widow story, Todd.
No, have I said it on the podcast?
Yes, you have. But go ahead, tell us how you placed with your widow.
For the new listeners, is that I should have prefaced it with that. Second account, blah, blah, blah. I got into ranked play. I'm doing my placement matches, and I was just goofing off, and I was like, hey, I'm only going to do my last, it was like 5 or 6 out of 10 matches as Widow, and I'm just insta-locking Widow over and over. And then I got ranked, what was it, mid-plat?
Somewhere right around there. Yeah. I think it was a high plat.
I am not a Widow main.
I actually think you placed somewhere around 2,900 for your SR. It was very high. It was close to diamond.
I am not a good Widow. I'm an okay, like, low plat Widow, maybe, sometimes, but not, like, carrying a team or anything like that. So that was just the funniest. And then, I think at that time, my main account was high gold, so I just stopped playing on my alternate account because I didn't want to nerf my ranking.
Yeah, and also, I don't know if you guys have heard, but Todd is a Diamond Lucio Ball player.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
Todd,
that's on my blog.
How come you're
if
always
people
really
aren't
good
reading my blog.
in the odd modes, but then in the main mode where we really need you to be good, you're not as good.
How dare you? Lucio Ball is a main mode. And if you don't accept that, then I don't know what we're doing here.
I'd be down to play. I even started playing like healer because you guys were always picking on me about, going DPS all the time. And I'm a good Mercy now.
Yeah.
And Moira. I'm a good Moira too. But it's just the problem is if I log in to play a round or two of O-dubs and then I'm there to just get back into it, and then I wind up coming up against some sweaty Genji main that's just going 90 miles an hour, obliterating me the entire match, and then I'm just like, this game's stupid, I don't want to play. Now I know why I quit.
When did sweaty become the shorthand for tryhards? I mean, I love that it is, but
I'm pretty sure it's from some meme where the guy's like scowling and sweat's dripping off his forehead. And he's like, I'm gonna kill that Mercy guy with my Genji.
I just love like in our Discord, people would type, I want a sweaty game of Among Us.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And I'm like, what does that even mean?
That sounds really horrible.
All right, next on our list, I'm gonna say just what I have down as the title for this next segment. Make fun of Avengers.
Ooh, this should be easy.
I mean, I don't think any of us picked up this game.
Nope, thankfully.
I don't really know anyone who was super like ecstatic for the Marvel Avengers games to come out.
My son was, and he got it through GameFly. It's not a bad game. I will say it's fun. It's fine. It's nothing special. It's exactly what I think we all thought it would be. A thoroughly mediocre superhero game. Nothing to write home about.
How long did he keep it?
He kept it somewhere for 7 or 8 days, which when you are a 10 or an 11-year-old, that's a pretty long time. So I was surprised he kept it as long as he did.
It's funny because you guys know I can't resist like trolling people, and I almost posted on socials just this last week. I almost posted like, so anybody still playing Avengers? But then I was like, I don't want to come across as like being a jerk and that kind of thing. And people probably paid good money for this game, so I didn't post it. I really wish I had because I feel like it would have been a good troll. And then thankfully, I didn't have any interest in it because it's fallen to the wayside already.
Which the developers have come out and said they're adding new content and new material to the game. So I think that's kind of like hoping to bring players back into it. But right now on Steam, I checked and it has 2,000 players online right now, which is
total or for
total
like one
online or for Steam. Like, I mean,
Wow.
there's Xbox, there's PlayStation,
Sure.
there's all those things. But like, come on. I'm looking at Left 4 Dead 2, which when did that
game's
game
like
come
80
out?
years old,
20
right?
years old. Yeah.
Has 29,000 people online, over 10 times the amount of players. Fall Guys has 26. Like, Age of Empires 2 has 12,000.
it's funny because the one thing I heard about Avengers was that the single player campaign is pretty fun. Like, that's the main, like, everybody goes, it's pretty fun. And then the multiplayer is basically non-existent. And nobody wants to grind for the stuff that you can get by playing multiplayer or something like that. So I don't know. That's a bummer, man. That was a $60 game, supposed to be AAA title.
Well, it's also a double bummer, Josh. I'm surprised you didn't even mention this because the third Deus Ex game got canceled to make way for Avengers, and you're the biggest Deus Ex fan that I know.
I love them.
Yeah.
They canceled.
I'm not making that up. Yeah.
To make Avengers?
Yeah. I am looking at an article right now, and the Deus Ex series is on ice. Square Enix made the decision to cut the series, originally planned as a trilogy, in favor of Marvel's Avengers.
It's fine, though, because Cyberpunk's going to be what Deus Ex should have been.
Yeah.
Whenever that comes out.
Dude, November? Okay. Number one, for the people listening, Todd and Paul have been mercilessly trolling me about how Cyberpunk is not going to release November 19th when it's supposed to.
Until it's released, I'm not counting on anything,
And then
Josh.
I like how the other day, Paul just nonchalantly just drops a link in our Discord, and I'm like, what is this? And then I look, and I thought it was actually delayed again, and it wasn't. It was just talking about how they were going to crunch time for the last month, which is to be expected. But yeah.
Is it?
They vowed not to do it.
They had their fingers crossed, and they did not pinky promise, so it's fine. It's fine.
Until I see the game, I don't think it's gonna be live. Like, I don't know.
It better be. I'm still holding out. It's gonna happen. But anyway, Cyberpunk is what the next Deus Ex should have been. That's why I'm excited.
It'll be great whenever it gets here. It'll be the first good thing to happen in 2020. The release of Cyberpunk.
Doubt it.
Granted, it doesn't mean much, but it'll be the best thing of 2020.
That's a low bar for 2020. All right. And then next we have Mario Kart Live. What is this?
Oh, man.
That's my only question. It's not even like, what do you guys think? It's just, what is this?
Yeah, I didn't know this existed until you brought it up, and then I looked into it. And this is one of those things that looks like it could be a really neat, cool idea. Kind of like the, I don't know if you guys remember the Flowbee back in the day, which was like the vacuum that would cut your hair. Do you guys remember that?
What?
I only remember them making fun of it in Wayne's World.
Yeah. Yes, but this was an actual legit product where it's an attachment that you would hook up to your vacuum cleaner, and you would suck your hair into it, and it would cut your hair and suck up the clippings.
Well, it certainly does suck.
Yeah, exactly. It was called a Flowbee, and that's one of those things where you look at it and you go, hey.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. All right.
Yeah.
Go on.
Anyway, it's just, look like a great idea, terrible in execution and actual practice. And Mario Kart Live looks the exact same way.
Well, Mario Kart Live, I get the appeal. We are not the market for this game. This is directly being marketed to kids like my two sons who are now 9 and 11. So it's exactly the type of thing that they want to buy. They have been talking about whether or not it's worth saving up the money to buy, because I think it's like $100 or something like that. I just don't understand the point. If you're looking at the screen, what does it matter?
Yeah.
I'm asking, what does it matter?
I know, what does it matter? I'm asking, what is it? So, all right, did we cover what it is? I don't think we even went over it. So if you don't have an idea what Mario Kart Live is, it's Mario Kart with a Mario and Luigi car where you can set up 4 checkpoints around your living room and then drive a track and basically train a computer on what the track is. And then you actually race a race versus AR or augmented reality players, which is basically just the computer players on that track in that space. And as you're driving the car, like your car's driving in your living room.
Yeah, essentially you're playing Mario Kart on the Switch, but the controls that you're using are also moving the RC car in physical space. So both are running simultaneously. And it's a clever idea. I think it's kind of neat technology. Maybe there's a good use for it, but I certainly have no plans to buy or play Mario Kart Live. Plus, I think there's just a million potential issues. The very first thing I thought is, I have a dog, and I was just thinking, my dog would just immediately run and knock all this stuff over. Like, there's no way you could play this if you have pets in the home.
Let alone people, children, animals. I don't know what else.
Tortoises.
You got ferrets, hedgehogs, cats,
manatees.
sometimes manatees, fish out of water. Like there's so many different things that can just ruin this game, and it seems cool, but
here's how I see this going. This is exactly how this would go. Buy this for the kids. They're super excited. Set it up, run a race. That was fun. Hey, let's make a new track. Set that up, run a race. Let's make one more track. Set that up, run that. Okay, Daddy, we're bored. Let's go do something else. And then this thing gets put in a closet, never to be used ever again.
This is a Christmas to New Year's gift. That's how long this is going to last.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not even that fun to watch. The RC cars themselves move at about 1.5 miles an hour by my estimation. And that's not a joke. Like, it's slower than walking speed. They're not fast.
You can play on 200cc, and apparently they go faster.
Oh, well,
which is hilarious. Like,
sure.
If you play slow on like 50cc, they go super slow, and when you get a mushroom, they speed up. And if you play on 200cc, they go faster, and if you get a mushroom, they speed up. So, like, they are software throttling these cars hard to, like, make it play in this format.
I feel like the better solution is just make a Mario Kart game like Super Mario Maker. Just figure out an easy way to create your own tracks and just let people play it, play random tracks online. I feel like that's a way better idea, and it would be a lot cheaper that way. But, you know, I think a lot of people will still buy this Mario Kart. I think for a lot of kids, it's going to be at the top of their Christmas list.
All right. And then last thing we have on our list, let's go dumpster diving. And let's call out best free games. So this is the first time we're doing it, so there are so many amazing free games. I feel like the more we do this segment, the harder it's going to be.
Okay. And are we going to cross out the obvious ones that we've already covered on the show? Are we trying to dig a little deeper, or are we just going for best free games full stop?
Let's full stop.
Okay.
So it's our first time. After this, like, if it's been said and addressed on the show before, like, let's recognize it, move on to the next one, and see if we can get through a few.
All right, well, easy. Apex. Right, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, that would be at the top of my list.
Right.
That's the best free game.
Warzone. Just get some of the battle royales out of the way.
All the battle royales out.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but Rocket League, now that it's free to play.
Amazing.
It is free to play now. I keep forgetting that.
It is. No, that's... And if you look at the Rocket League player base, when you're, like, looking for a match, it jumped from, like, 100,000 players.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
To, like, 1 million.
Yeah.
The jump has been insane. And even if 1%, 2% of those players, like, become enthusiast Rocket League players, that's insane growth for Rocket League.
Yeah.
Good for them. That game's like 5 years old.
Yeah, it's good that went free to play. So yes, that's a really good one. If you haven't picked it up yet, do yourself a favor, go pick up Rocket League. I used to be a really big fan of this game. I know you guys aren't really into this genre, but Hearthstone is free to play. That game will suck you in big time, man. Big time. It's so well done. Very Blizzard I mean, just great graphics, great music, great effects. It's a card game. Just if you haven't tried it and you're into customizable card games, cannot recommend it enough.
I know it's free to play, but don't you also have to like buy packs to get additional cards and beef up your deck, or no?
If you want to, you can. I mean, that's the whole gist of it, but you can actually accrue like in-game gold just by playing and doing like daily missions, and then with that in-game gold, you can buy card packs.
So it's not pay to win, it's pay to progress quicker.
Correct. Right. And then there's viable decks. Like they always make sure that there's viable decks for beginners that are easy to acquire and play with and that are still competitive. I mean, obviously, if you've paid $400 worth of card packs on this game, you're probably going to have some legendaries that are going to give you somewhat of an edge, or at least the ability to build more decks to keep it interesting. But it's a phenomenal free-to-play game.
I messed around with it a little bit when it first came out, but I haven't really gone back to it since then.
On my list, I'm going to bring it back up. Rocket League.
Oh, that game's great.
It's such a great
Love that game. Paul, now's your chance. There's a bunch of newbies, Paul. Now's your chance.
Now's your chance, Paul.
Just play some solo, man.
Come on.
I believe, if my memory serves, I played it 240 hours, guys.
That's a pretty good bit.
I'm done with Rocket League.
What's your rank?
I don't know.
I feel like we could, Todd, between me and you, we could carry Paul to plat, at least.
Paul. All right, this is what I want you to do. You have 200 and some hours in this game. Mm-hmm. I want you to place in competitive and then look up the chart, like ranking versus hours, to see how you're doing. And if you are around average, you have to stick with the
Todd,
with the game.
I would place in the bottom tier. Absolutely guaranteed. There's no question. Whatever the bottom tier is, that's where I will place.
There's bronze players, and they cannot hit the ball.
Exactly. This is what I'm talking about.
No. I don't mean sometimes don't hit the ball. I mean they don't hit the ball. Sorry if anyone's in bronze. You bad.
Yeah.
You're in good company. You're with me.
Oh man.
All right, for real on my list. Destiny 2.
Yeah, I knew that was gonna get brought up.
It's a game you can sink thousands of hours into and like be fine and have a great time. I don't know. There is a ton of free content on that game. You know, they do release new seasons and new expansions and all that do cost. So if you want like the newest, freshest stuff, you know, it kind of stinks that you can't get it just playing free to play. But I don't know. It's a great game, even just playing the free stuff.
Fair enough. I hear you. All right, my turn.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going with a mobile game because when I think free games, I tend to think of mobile. And I'm going to say Archero. Have you guys played this game, or do you know anything about it?
I have seen the ads. Is that actually a game? Because I've seen the ads, and I thought it was one of those like fake, like the game looks like one thing, but then you download it and it's like another.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't seen any ads for the game, but I know the concept that you're talking about. And how infuriating is that when you see an ad for a game and you download it and it's nothing at all,
right? Like
the ad. Yeah, I don't know what you saw, but Archero is a very cool game where basically you are a hero. There's different heroes that you can unlock and play. There's a whole inventory system, so you have different types of weapons and armor and whatnot. And basically you'll play levels where you progressively run through a castle. So it might be 20 levels or 50 levels. And when your character moves, they are not shooting. And as soon as you stop moving, they automatically fire their weapon. When you clear that room, then you get a certain number of coins, and then you can move into the next room. But the cool mechanic in it is that each time you level inside the game, it'll randomly give you 3 abilities you get to choose from. And when you pick one, it's now permanently added for the rest of that castle until you die or beat it. So you get to have like a different build every time you play. So you might add freeze to your attacks, or bolt for AoE damage, or multi-shot and things like that. And Archero is free. And I'm not even joking when I say I've probably played 200 to 300 hours.
What?
In Archer Up.
Really?
Yeah, it's my go-to mobile game. I still play it. I have not spent any money in game. I just play and grind my way to get better gear and whatnot. And they also tell you what percentage of people you have outperformed in the game. And I took a screenshot, and I might be done playing. So I might be done.
99% of players.
You're the 1%, Paul.
I'm a 1%er in Archer Up.
Wow.
Bernie Sanders hates me in this game.
That's the perfect ad.
Now, is this wave-based? Because the advertisements I saw is it's like the little Archer guy down at the bottom of the screen, and then just hordes of like guys streaming towards you. And then you're like plink, 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 plink. And then your guy does like some big thing and it like shoots a massive arrow and like clears out half of the wave. Is that how this game actually works?
No, not really.
So it's false advertising then. I knew it.
You do unlock after you do enough damage, you get to double tap the screen and do some kind of ult ability, but it doesn't. There are wave levels where it might be 20 levels, but each level will have 5 waves, but it's not like horde based where it's like World War Z or something like that. So sometimes it's wave based. Sometimes you just clear out the room and all the monsters are already there. But it's very fun. Definitely worth checking out. It's free. Give it a try.
All right. Before Josh chimes in, I'm going to do another mobile game.
Can I guess what it is?
Oh, sure.
Is it Fallout Shelter?
No.
Oh, because I know you were a big fan of that one.
I was a big fan of Fallout Shelter. It's a little known Clash Royale.
Clash Royale.
Josh, if there is a mobile game I think you would like, Clash Royale. It's a step away from a card-based game. So with Clash Royale, what you do is you build a deck of, I think it's 8 cards, and then you have elixir that goes like along with time, so like it slowly counts up. And as you spend cards, you use up that elixir. When you place it, they slowly march toward the other side of the map. It's a fun game.
I can vouch for it. It is fun.
I'll never play it, just so you don't get your hopes up, Todd.
Try it.
Just so you don't get your hopes up, I want to be very clear. Do you guys know? You want to know what mobile game I have on my phone?
Flappy Bird.
I have one mobile game on my phone. Do you want to know what it is?
Doodle Jump.
The dinosaur when your internet doesn't connect.
It's called Retro Bowl.
Okay, which, you know how much I love that game.
Yes.
Take it away, Josh.
Yes, so Retro Bowl. Take it away!
Is it free?
We should get sponsored by all these games, by the way, since we're touting them up so much.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all free.
Yeah.
What are they going to pay us?
Dude, I've seen Clash of Clans like Super Bowl ads.
Super Bowl, yeah.
They make a ton of money. Who am I kidding?
So, no, Retro Bowl is great. If you ever wanted that old school 8-bit football game where you actually like pass it to the players and call plays and then manage up your team and have to play through seasons and all that, like Retro Bowl is phenomenal.
And the best part, you don't play defense.
Yes, exactly. It's all just offense, which everybody loves. Just pass the ball, score a touchdown. It's great. But
That's
that is
hilarious.
the only mobile game. So that is my glowing recommendation. It's number one, I don't play mobile games, but the one mobile game I play is Retro Bowl.
I love Josh's endorsement. I don't normally play mobile games, but when I do, it's Retro Ball. All right. Well, that is our show for today. Thank you for listening to our show this week in This Week in Gaming. If you're not subscribed, make sure to go into your podcasting app and subscribe to get fresh content twice a week. If you're interested in finding out more information, you can find us at our website, multiplayerpodcast.com, Patreon, multiplayersquad.com, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all of our socials, Multiplayer Pod. See you guys Monday.
See ya. You guys know we left out the best free game, Fortnite.
No. How dare you? How dare you slander this show with your profanity, Paul?
We're the world's leader in slandering Fortnite.
How does Yaya Arizona feel about that?
No, I made it very clear just because she's a sponsor of the show on Patreon does not mean I will lighten up on Fortnite.
All right, good. Glad to know you have podcasting integrity, Paul.